With the Canadian situation, there won't be any oversight of whether, after the cops, undercover police get their warrants from compliant justice.
We're out today as part of ECAWAR, Edmonton Coalition Against War and Racism, and we've been around Edmonton for quite some time. We first established ourselves in 2002, 2003, leading up to the Iraq invasion by the US-UK and their associated countries. And today we're trying to highlight the Bill C-51. That is the Anti-Terrorism Bill that the Harper government has brought in, is attempting to make legal in this country. Across the country there's been a lot of protests against it. In fact, I haven't seen anybody who agrees with the bill except the Tories themselves, and they're not making a very good case for themselves. And what is Bill C-51? Well, it is. What is the Anti-Terrorism Bill? It's like the columnist and journalist Michael Harris says, it is whatever Harper says it is. So it is so vague that we feel that many of us could be pulled in under this bill. And there's no need of it because the legislation is already in place, and it is another fear-mongering and propaganda to win votes for the next federal election, which we know will be in 6 months' time. So that's why I'm out here today. I'm just another concerned citizen who thinks that it's important to stand up for democracy in our country and to be a participant in that democracy. We can't just be a bystander. We can't just close our eyes to it. That's all we have is our vote and our determination as a country to try and put this country back on tracks again. We were one of the best countries in the world, up to with number 1, number 2, and where did that happen? And it's not by any accident. It's ideology, and we have to stop it. Thank you.
Well, we're expressing anger with the powers that are going to be given to CSIS and CSEC, and they're going to share information with Revenue Canada, which is totally against all principles. Myself, I've been a victim of RCMP calling my employer, although that was back before the CSIS was brought into existence. But now they can go to your tax documents and see who you worked for, who your T4 slips came from, go to those employers and using their connections, they can anybody who belongs to a organization or political party other than the Conservatives can be financially damaged, and never know what happened, because under Bill C-51 they don't have to reveal their sources. Sources are protected. Well, actually, that's the bill that they passed just previous to Bill C-51. So you will never know that if you're having trouble getting work, or if you're a small business and your suppliers and buyers are no longer using you, you will never know the reason. And this is totally just unacceptable. Don't know what else to say.
Well, I'm here in support of everyone else who's here against C-51 and the problematic bill that it is.
And why are you concerned about Bill C-51?
I think mainly it's the lack of oversight that we see in the current legislation. As it stands right now, CSIS is going to be given a lot more expansive powers, the ability not just to gather intelligence but to also act out in using that intelligence. So there's a lot of other things in there, but I think in general, to sum it up in layman's terms, is we're just trying to excuse my dog here. We're just trying to make sure that our privacy is ensured and that we as Canadians aren't giving up the freedoms that we hold closely.
One doesn't justify the other.